Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl Brandy Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. It's Mondays. Y'all know we do our Married to Medicine reviews on Mondays. Almost had a tongue twister there. So this is season 9, episode 7, Sinners and Secrets, or Secrets and Sinners. We'll have the title straight on the YouTube upload. Before we get into anything, don't forget to click that like button. Don't forget to share the video if you are enjoying the content. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Let me know what you think of this review as well. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which I appreciate when you do that. Y'all just don't even know. I really, really appreciate when you click that subscribe button. And also, when you subscribe, drop your name in the comments. Say, hey, I subscribed, and I'm from wherever you're from, so I can know where you're from. I can give you a shout out back, and if you have something you want me to support, let me know as well. All right, so it's Monday. Like I said, Married to Medicine is Monday. Married to Medicine Mondays over here. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today. Oh, sorry, I was trying to see how dark it's getting now. Of course, I'm on the West Coast, so it's just now getting dark for me. But anyway, let's get into the review. The episode was good. It was good. Anyway, so the ladies are still in Vegas, right? They are it's pretty much like later on after the brunch, after they did the little zip line and stuff, and everybody's chilling in their rooms. They making phone calls and things like that. I think that was the part where we saw Dr. Contessa talk to her trainer, and she told him she been drinking everything, eating everything, and he was like, it's okay, have your fun in Vegas, but she gonna have to work off all them calories. That's a struggle. It's hard to be on a diet on vacation and in Vegas, so that's just a struggle for real. We saw Dr. Simone and Dr. Contessa in the room getting ready together. Also, Dr. Contessa called her trainer later, I think. Sorry, I had that wrong. Anyway, like I said, we saw the ladies all getting ready, and they're talking about the whole things with Dr. Heavenly, and they hope they can get everything back on track. And we saw Quad and Neela and somebody else was in the room together. Anyway, ladies get ready for dinner, right? And so they go to this fancy restaurant. I don't know the name of the restaurant. If y'all know the name of the restaurant they went to in Vegas, please let me know. Y'all know I love me some Vegas. I think the hotel they've been staying at is the Wynn, but I'm not 100% sure. If you know that as well, drop it in the comments. But I'm dying to know what restaurant that was. So they wanted to meet up at the restaurant. Dr. Simone let them know ahead of time it's going to be a messy dinner because she's writing her book. She's going to be asking everybody questions regarding their marriage, and she said it's going to be messy questions, but it's for the purpose of the research of the book. It's also for the purpose to make a good scene of the show. Okay, let's call a thing, right? They just trying to get this show done. So, somebody comes, like a waiter, somebody comes and grabs them and takes them, walks them all the way back to like their own private area, and the chef came out, and they got to meet the chef. I forgot his name, but he said they're going to have all this seafood, y'all, oysters, lobster, shrimp, lamb chop, steak. I was like, dang, I needs to get to that restaurant, okay? So I think the first, they have 2 bottles of red wine popping. He brought out the cold shellfish platters. I was like, dang, they lucky. They are lucky. Toya and I think Dr. Heavenly or whoever, they're saying, they wish if their husbands were there, they would be enjoying it because all the food and stuff. And then they showed a flashback of Dr. Eugene cooking. Dr. Eugene liked to eat and cook, right? So they're saying, they got husbands that can cook. So I believe the ladies got the game question started. I think Carrie had the first question. Because Dr. Mom was like, this is Spill the Tea. Everybody play a game called Spill the Tea on TV. That is the #1 game we're going to all play, ain't it? So, anyway. Dr. Mom had a tea kettle. I don't know where she got that tea kettle from, y'all. I don't know where she got it from. So, anyway. They pulled out the questions out the tea kettle. So, Dr. Carey's question said, when it comes to sex, do you prefer a marathon or like a quickie? And so Quad said she prefer both and she want a little choking with it, okay? I think I can't think of that lady's name with the braids now. Oh Lord. Oh, child, I'm not going to try it. Anyway, the lawyer, she was co-signing it. And she's like, just warn me first. So Daquan said she wearing her choker. She like, look, choking. Okay, Quad. I'm hit and miss with the choking, you know. It depends. So anyway, as far as the quickie and the marathon, you know, it depends. I'm probably more of a marathon girl, though, to be honest. But sometimes you be getting tired and you be ready for things to end, too. So it just depends. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all are, a quickie or a marathon. So anyway, one of the other questions was about, let's see, they said something about, who had the question? Was it Dr. Contessa got the question about how do you know you're in a dysfunctional marriage? First, Dr. Simone. Well, I'm going to do Dr. Contessa's question. I'm going to jump back to Dr. Simone. I'm going to go all over the place. So Dr. Contessa got the question about how do you know if you're in a dysfunctional marriage. I said, these questions are messy, messy boots. So she said, so she thinks like it doesn't, like what could be a dysfunctional marriage for one person could be not for another person. So it depends on what works for your marriage and what doesn't. And she was saying that what doesn't work is for, you know, people's opinions, families and friends. Like you got to do what works best for you in your marriage. Okay, like we can agree with that. So anyway, Dr. Simone says she got a title of the book, like Don't Listen to Your Friends and Family, like one of her chapters. Somebody had a question about can your husband have female friends? And so let's see, Dr. Simone was like, oh yeah, he could have female friends, and then there was like, because you was mad, and they flashed back a couple seasons ago when Dr. Simone and Cecil had their issues about Cecil's female friend. Y'all remember that? I don't remember what season it was though. Was it 6, 7? I think it was 7. Anyway, and so she was like, no, like she don't mind us being friends, but when it comes to their mama, their sister, and their friend, there's got to be appropriate boundaries, which I totally agree. And so, and she said Cecil was like, so he's such a people pleaser. So he was so like trying to please the person. Trying to please somebody else comes before her. And so then Toya was like, there's a chapter of your book, people please or choose me, or whatever, however she said it. And Dr. Simone was like, I'm gonna write that down, girl. And then somebody asked a question. I don't remember what the question was, but I remember Dr. Contessa was answering, and she was saying that when it came to her and Scott, that they were married. I think she said they were married a year before they even lived together. And so she said there was a lot of things like she didn't know about him, and they didn't know about each other, and they didn't learn until they actually lived together. And Dr. Simone said, you know what, it wouldn't even matter if you guys lived in the same city. Like, that happens when you want to move into a person, there's things you don't know about them. So I think it was that same question Dr. Contessa answered, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I mean, the dialogue at the table was good in general, y'all. So, and so then all the women in their confessional were talking about the things they didn't know about their husbands until they actually lived with their husbands. And they're talking about how their husbands be laying in clothes everywhere. Dr. Damon leaves his drawers everywhere, according to Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Jackie said Curtis don't be going to throw away no food. It'll be over 5 days old. He don't be throw away no food. You know, they just learn all these different things like clothes everywhere, laundry. Dr. Eugene had a bunch of laundry everywhere. So that's very interesting. It is different once you live with a man. It is very, very different. I totally understand. I totally understand. I'm like, I ain't been married together, but I lived with a man for about a time. And yeah, you'd be like, what's with these clothes on the floor? Like, what's going on here? So anyway, they were just talking about all that. And so then the lawyer girl, I just can't think of her name right now, y'all. I'm sorry. So she was like, what is one thing about your husband's that you were surprised to discover, like, once you got married? And so Toya said that their penis doesn't get any bigger. So then everybody was just like crickets, and everybody was busting up laughing. They were like, oh no, like, girl, you need to stop. Anita, her confession was like, girl, you need to stop talking. And yeah, that might embarrass Eugene later. Like, it was funny, but it probably will embarrass Dr. Eugene later. They were asking about, somehow there was a question about masturbating. All these questions was tailored to the ladies' lives to be messy. These questions had nothing to do with Dr. Simone's book, okay? So, Qua says she likes to masturbate every day, sometimes 3 times a day. She was talking about a toy she had that had a handle or something. I was like, girl, let me know what toys you got. So, then Dr. Simone did say, like, you know, you can masturbate too much, especially if you're married, and it doesn't give your husband the chance to figure out, like, what is your ultimate way to please you and pleasure you. So, like, if you're married, you don't want to be doing too much, right? So, Dr. Toya was like, nah, girl, that don't work for her. She just do her thing in the shower in the morning, and she can get all these orgasms from that. She's like, Doctor, you know, she want to go, she getting 5, 6, 7 orgasms, and Dr. Gene, you know, he didn't work 80 hours a week, so he can't be doing all that. So she got to get it from the shower. And Neela says she just get in the shower as well in the morning. And so Dr. Quad was like, you girl, like, why you don't, you know, give it to him in the morning, Dr. Karen? And she was like, no, he got to get up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. I'm not getting up that early. So she was like, girl, you better wake up for the D. I was cracking up. I said, I know that's right. You better get up with your man. Like, so, Anila, you not waking up with your man in the morning? Like, you're not going to get his breakfast going? You're not going to give him a little something before he go to work? You're not going to give him some coffee? Like, what's up? Oh, yeah, side note, before they started the game, Dr. Heavenly said, ain't no mess in her stuff. Her stuff is squeaky clean, pine salt, Mr. Clean. Okay, so ain't gonna be no mess found out in her marriage. And she didn't really talk about no mess in her marriage. So anyway, then, you know, everybody's having a good time. And so they was eating the lamb chops came out, the steak came out. Ooh, all that food was looking good. Like, I wish I was there at that restaurant with them, y'all. Like, or I need, like, to go to that restaurant. I need to go. Anyway, so, and they said it was very pricey restaurant, classy restaurant. So I'm just like, come on, yes. We'll love to see the ladies doing things like this, right? So anyway, they said instead of dessert, they brought out platters of money because the ladies are getting ready to go down to the strip club, okay? So anyway, then we see the ladies all get into the pink Hummer. And so they're like, oh, you know, how your husband's going to care about you going to the strip club? Dr. Contessa said, Dr. Scott, he would love it. He would be turned on. And so then Dr. Heavenly was like, oh, girl, like some things she don't need to be saying. And, side note, speaking of Heavenly and Contessa, before they got the dinner popping, right, when they was all sitting down waiting to go to the table, Dr. Contessa offered an apology to the whole group. She said she don't want to bring the negativity and the drama to the group, so she apologized for, you know, getting to the rah at the brunch and bringing the drama for the weekend. After that, it was crickets, and Dr. Heavenly did not apologize yet, but we do see her apologize later on in the episode. So anyway, back in the pink Hummer, though, the pink straight limo Hummer, the girls are saying, you know, Dr. Contessa said Scott ain't gonna mind her at the strip club. They not really trying to tell the husbands what they doing. Dr. Heavenly says she can't be in the strip club. She's a, you know, she's sanctified, saved with the Holy Spirit. she's a lady of the church. She can't be a strip club. I can't even believe it as I'm saying. So anyway, then we saw, I think Toya called Dr. Eugene. He was asleep. They all waking him up. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get a few minutes of sleep. And he's like, yeah, we're about to go to the strip club. And then he don't seem like he even cared. And then we hear Claude over there on the other side talking about, oh, Eugene, he got a little D. You know, he in the little D committee, whatever she was saying. I was like, dang, that is so rude, Claude. Like, Dr. Eugene, they just be setting up for his ego just to be crushed every time. Anyway, I feel bad for him sometimes. So he's just being the butt of a lot of jokes this season. So they got, Simone was like, get some rest, Dr. Eugene, bye. And so then they were heading to the strip club, and then they was like, okay, what, if you could trade, first of all, Toy's like, he done got a little one, he got a good enough one for me and my pee, and like, girl, you done already exposed the man. So anyway, they were like, okay, if you could trade, spouses with one of the women, who would you, like, whose husband would you want? And so then Toya said she would want Anila's husband because he looked like he got a long, big, strong one. And then Anila's like, yes, girl, he do. He long and strong. And then she did some little dance. And then she said she peed a little bit so that the girl had to clean herself up. And then Dr. Jackie was explaining, like, when you get older as a woman, and especially you had kids, like, sometimes, you're going to have a little urine come out uncontrollably, okay? Happens to the best of us, right? So, Anila was explaining sometimes that she be laughing and dancing. That will happen, right? Yeah, when you get up to that age, ladies, it be happening, okay? So, anyway. Then the ladies head to the strip club. They go to Black Magic Live, okay? Side note, yes, I have attended Black Magic Live in Vegas before. It was a good show. It was a good time. I went on stage and everything. It was amazing, okay? Anyway, so the ladies went and did that. I'm sure Black Magic Live was happy to have them. So the ladies are having fun. Jackie up there in her shawl. I'm like, Jackie, it's hot in that strip club, girl. Take that shawl off. So the announcer guy, I can't think of his name right now, but anyway, he was talking about, so it's got to be that one person that ain't trying to have no fun. They're not trying to turn up. They're going to damper the mood. And they're talking about Jackie. And then Dr. Simone went up there. She was like, nothing's going to happen, right? Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not going to tell anybody. We could be uninhibited. And Dr. Contessa ran and did a little lap dance on Dr. Jackie real quick. And so Dr. Jackie was just holding on her shawl even tighter, like the announcer said. So anyway, the men came out. They did the little military thing. I saw them do that before. And then, what's that one guy that came out? King. I was like, where Bolo at? So anyway, they was all having a good time. The ladies was having a good time. Qua said, these ladies going to need to be resuscitated. They having too much fun. They is doing the most up in here. So then, was it King when he came out? He had a long thing coming out. So y'all gotta watch that episode. Y'all will see something. So anyway, and then Dr. X like, ooh, let me put my glasses on. They was like, not the readers. She's like, girl, you can see that big old thing. So anyway, then I guess Dr. Simone had arranged for Dr. Heavenly to get called to the stage. So Dr. Heavenly got called to the stage. And then all the men came out and was all on her and did all these things to her. I think that's pretty much what happened to me, y'all. And so the Dr. Heavenly, and that's in her confession, she's like, I can't be doing this. And then you could see her with a belt whipping him. She was having a good old time, and Dr. Simone recorded it. And she was like, yeah, I got evidence. I'm going to put this on social media, like, got you back kind of thing. I was like, oh, Lord, they do too much. And so then I was just having a good time, and then they were called up to the stage to come up and dance and all that. And they were having a good time, like I said. And then they went and got back in the, they didn't leave the club till like 2 a.m, y'all. So then let's go back down to Atlanta. We see the men getting together. They're going to like a boxing gym. And so they're doing, all the men come and they're doing some sparring and all that. And Dr. Eugene lets us know he's done more time with Toya before. And so the only reason I knew what that was from Married at First Sight, because the one girl, Morgan, does it, right? So anyway, and so he was talking about how when they were sparring, him and Toya, and she bit him. And I guess he was telling Cecil about that. And Cecil was like, oh, she Mike Tyson's you. And Cecil, Toya were talking about, not Cecil, Dr. Eugene and Toya were talking about it in their confessional. And she was like, I was fighting you was fighting dirty, so I was fighting back. So anyway, I was like, ooh, what y'all was doing? So then the men were doing the boxing, and Dr. Damon was like doing a real good job with it. And I think the guy said he seems like he's, good at boxing. And so then Dr. Damon, his professional, said like he, hasn't trained with boxing before, but anything physical, he goes all in, he goes all hard with it. Dr. Heavenly said, yes, like Dr. Damon, anything physical, he go real hard with it. And then he's like, you're not supposed to tell him that, buddy. Oh my God, these would be embarrassing, these men. It'd be so funny to me. So anyway, then, we see the guys boxing and stuff. Then the man told him to get down and do some push-ups. Curtis was like, I can't do it. They was like, ooh, we tired, we too old. They was sweating, they was drinking water, they was going through it. I know I'm not good with the push-ups. I had to do them on my knees when I do push-ups, matter of fact. So I already know. And Curtis looked like he don't exercise at all. So no shade though. I was like, yeah, this ain't the move. Cecil was like, yeah, I thought this was gonna be good. We just gonna do a little boxing. I didn't know we was gonna be doing all this exercise like this. He was like, I ain't gonna get. He said he's not gonna get to pick the events anymore. I cannot talk today, y'all. Anyway, it's also hard to get on YouTube sometimes after I didn't talk all day at work teaching, but that's nonetheless, I still love to do it for y'all. Anyway, then they were sparring in the boxing ring, so everybody got partnered up. Somehow Dr. Karen and Dr. Eugene got partnered up, probably for TV, right? And so then everybody's looking like, oh, who put them together? Like, is they good? Is this Dr. Eugene got some tension still? And so then Dr. Eugene, he kind of was going in a little bit on Dr. Karen. Dr. Karen was like, yeah, I hope this guy isn't trained for boxing before, because like, I want to be targeted. And he did get him kind of good. And at the end, everybody was tired, sitting down. They was talking about it. They're like, wonder how the wives are doing. They probably sleeping. And so then they're like, yeah, Jackie, you know she in the bed. And then they show her put her glasses on, trying to look closer. They're like, oh yeah, Dr. Heavenly, she in the bed. They show her having a good time. Dr. Simone, oh yeah, I know she in the bed. They show her throwing the money. Like, nah, they not in the bed. And so, but it was funny anyway. They were talking about how at the house they throwing their socks around, they eating whatever they want, they doing whatever they want because the wife is away, right? And so anyway, then Cecil brings up how this was better turnout than the axe throwing, and you know they had some issues last time with the axe throwing, and Dr. Eugene said he didn't have no more hard feelings or tension with Dr. Karen. He's like, yeah, I didn't know if you was good at, you seem like you's pretty good at boxing. So I was like, you see, I kept my comments to myself. I wasn't trying to get beat up. And then he was like, nah, like sometimes men, we need to just, talk it out and we good. And men, like they need that physical, like men could take it to the basketball court, they could box it out and they will be fine. Like it's women who be holding grudges and catty and hitting the below the belt and all that. So, I forgot who said it in a confessional that some of these women need to box it out also. So anyway, the next morning we're back in Vegas. We see the ladies wake up. Dr. Jackie's in her room. Some people come in. Oh, Dr. Heavenly brings in the people who are do the IVs for the ladies. Because, they didn't drink all night. Anila said she got a hangover, y'all. Okay. She been drinking like crazy. I think this is the scene. This might have been the scene where Dr. Contessa called her trainer. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, Dr. Jackie called her friend. I forgot the friend's name, but she was like, child, I went to the strip club last night. I'm going to need some prayer. I'm going to need some holy water. Dr. Jackie said she got to get them bad spirits off of her from the strip club. I ain't mad at you, Dr. Jackie. So anyway, like I said, Dr. Heavenly brought in the IV people and they got set up. And so then they were like, okay, where's the bacon? We got to have bacon. Where's the bacon? They made that big old deal. They found Toya's bacon. And oh, thank God they prayed over the bacon and everything. Yes to Jesus for the bacon. Yes. So anyway, then the other ladies were coming in slowly for breakfast and for IVs. Anila said it's good to have, roll with the doctors and they party hard, they play hard, they spend their money, and you're going to get some medicine on the side. So anyway, then the ladies, Dr. Contessa came in and she was like, oh, saying hi to everybody. And she told Dr. Jackie, she's like, I know you tired because you slept with, you had sex with Toya last night. And she was like, I did not. And they showed a clip, I guess, of the previous night where Toya was grinding all hard on Dr. Jackie. And they're like, yeah, that was penetration. Dr. Jackie was like, And Toya's confessional, she was like, you be a freaky Jackie. So anyway, they keep just trying to make this thing like they gotta loosen Jackie up. I think Jackie is as loosened up as she want to be, y'all. So anyway, then like I said, everybody was getting their IVs, getting their breakfast, eating. And so then Dr. Simone said, they're all sitting at the table eating. Dr. Simone says, oh, Dr. Heavenly, I got this video. Well, first of all, Dr. Heavenly was like, girl, send me the video so I can edit it. And then she thought, me and Jackie gonna edit this. Like, don't worry. Oh, yeah, side note, the Golden Girls are back together. Y'all seen them try to drop it like it's hot because Dr. Jackie said the Golden Girls are back together. And they're like, yeah, let's drop it. Then they couldn't barely pick it back up. Simone's like, I need my arthritis medicine. I was like, ooh, child, is that how it's gonna be? So anyway, Then, like I said, Dr. Simone was like, oh yeah, Dr. Heavenly, like, I'm gonna take this video, I'm gonna invite you guys over to my theater system, and we gonna play this back and show, everything we did in Vegas. And so then she was just kind of like being messy and kind of cheeky, I think. And so then Dr. Heavenly's like, girl, like, Simone, don't do that. And she was like, no, I wouldn't do that, but like, the way our methods and our intervention was not right, and we apologize for that. And I think Dr. Contessa gave an apology too, if I'm not sure. And Dr. Heavenly was like, you know what, you look, Contessa, like, I want to use my words nicely here. Like, I never meant to hurt you. I would never do that. Like, if I knew that was hurting you, I would never have kept doing that. And she basically apologized to Dr. Contessa. She started crying, and Dr. Contessa started crying. And it was a good moment. They needed to have that moment. And they hugged it out. And they cried it out. Thank God. Finally, I'm happy they made up. I'm so happy they made up. I kind of think this whole drama was a storyline for the show, to be honest. I don't think it was real drama. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know if y'all think this was a real drama or a storyline. So anyway, we're both. So then, Dr. Heavenly was explaining like how some of the things she does comes from her childhood, and Quad said, like, people here love you, and this is the most vulnerable you ever been, and we appreciate that. And she said, I don't like to cry. She's like, you're human, like, you're gonna cry. And Dr. Heavenly was explaining, they're flashing back from when they went to Miami and learned about her childhood and her background and that room she was in with no windows and all that, and how her mom kept her sheltered, wouldn't let her go out, and people would tease her, and she was quick with her mouth. She was always hit below the belt when people would come at her, and that was her coping mechanism, protecting herself from being made fun of. And I totally get that. I was bullied in, grade school, middle school, high school, all that. And I was made fun of and all this stuff. So I totally get it. But it doesn't make it right? And so, Dr. Heavenly said, her spiritual journey is a work in progress. And yeah, she has a lot of hurt and pains from a child. It doesn't make it right. But she's trying, and she apologized. Quad was like, see, Dr. Jackie, she apologized. This is the first time we've gotten a good, genuine apology from her. Simone was up there crying. Toya was like, but she's apologized before. And so Dr. Heavenly said, you know what, yes, my apology, I can say it, but my actions have to show it. And so the girls seem to, they went deeper, like Quad said. They got to the root of the issue. They made some leeway. They were like, yeah, this is how you have an intervention. And so that was a good moment. I really liked that moment. Then the next day we see the girls getting their stuff together. Can't get their suitcases together. They had to clean up their rooms. They had stuff everywhere. And they are tired, and they are leaving Vegas, okay? Other than that, y'all, that was pretty much the end of the episode, really. The episode wasn't giving a lot, but I just want to do this quick review for y'all on Monday night. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Looks like the season's gonna get good, though. Don't forget to drop in the comments once you subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the episode. If you're enjoying Married to Medicine season 9 so far, don't forget to share, comment, like, all that good stuff. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.